Welcome back to Fireside Giants. My name is Alex Wilson. Today I'm going to be breaking down a single play from Jason Garrett's scheme compared to Kevin Stefanski's of the Cleveland Browns from last week. It's quite mesmerizing to see, the difference in what these play callers are doing. And mind you, Stefanski is actually the head coach and calling offensive plays. So he has a lot of stuff on his plate, and he's still scheming up an unbelievably superior play calls compared to Garrett, who really is running stick routes and curls. We've seen it. We know exactly what he's doing, so it's not good. But I wanted to give you guys an inside look at what I saw and why the Giants have really struggled to get things going on offense. And they're running a very dink and dunk type of scheme. They're not pushing guys downfield. We want to see more shots. They take the occasional shot, to Darius Slayton or Sterling Shepard on the outside, Golden Tate, obviously. But they're really trying to target man coverage here. And this is a play that I'm going to show you that they're lined up in cover one, Arizona, and they really just don't take shots. And you're going to be like, holy crap, what is this play call? It makes zero sense to me. And then I'm going to show you a very similar one that Stefanski runs to really stretch the field and get guys open. But I thought it was valuable to show because I think it's going to be interesting for you to see the difference in schematics. So we'll get right into it. So right off the bat, you see single high coverage for Arizona. Pretty basic here. They're playing cover one. They're manning up across the board. Now, you think the Giants, with Jason Garrett being in the league for over 10 years, maybe he'd say, let's push Darius Slayton downfield in press coverage right here. Let's push him downfield, take away that deep single high safety, and then use those guys as crossers because maybe a play action would be good here. Or, riddle me this, maybe they push Darius Slayton deep down the field and use Wayne Gallman out of the backfield on a screen to the left side, or just use him on a wheel route, anything to get some space, some guys open here. But instead, what you're going to see is the most ridiculous play call I've seen in a long time. And we see this routinely with Jason Garrett, so it makes very little sense to me. And right off the bat, I'm going to show you, bottom of your screen, you see Sterling Shepard, right? Maybe you see a hook route here. He's the quarterback's playing off-ball coverage. Maybe a hook route would work. Maybe you just push the field, get some space out of there, pull some defensive backs out of coverage. But no, instead, he runs a slant towards three defensive backs. And this is not his fault. This is Jason Garrett's concepts, right? He runs a slant right towards three defensive backs. But, it doesn't end there, obviously, because Golden Tate needs to run a slant there too. Why? No idea. There's nobody over top. If they can just get past those three guys and Darius Slayton pushes too, they have a little bit of separation here. Maybe a stop and go route, in and out. It's there's so much they could do here. And instead, they have Sterling Shepard and Golden Tate running slants to the same spot, okay? Goodness gracious, Jason Garrett. What are you doing, man? What are you doing? What are you looking at? This is ridiculous. Now we're going to go over to Evan Ingram. He's running a hook to the middle of the field. Evan Ingram's going to turn around for a hook. And you know who's going to be right next to him? Golden Tate, because he's running a slant right behind him. And you know who's going to be next to Golden Tate? Sterling Shepard, because he's right behind him running another slant. It's ridiculous, okay? And now we're going to get to Darius Slayton over here, who is in press coverage. Maybe, just maybe, you want to push Darius Slayton down the field here. Just maybe. But no, they're going to run a hook here. And then you have Wayne Gallman, who's in man coverage, linebacker on the top right, is going to be covering him. And, if Darius Slayton pushes out here, you have Gallman in a one-on-one situation with a linebacker, okay? One-on-one matchups is what you want with your running backs. You want to give them space to make guys miss. But no, this is what they do instead. DJ does not look anywhere else, right? You see Wayne Gallman here, wide open. If he gets this, if he throws this to Wayne Gallman, this is a nice little chunk of yards here. This is probably a first down. But no. Instead, he throws it on a hook route to Darius Slayton, who has a guy on his back. And I don't want to blame DJ for all of this because this is also basic route concepts, right? I'm going to rewind this for a second so you can see the bottom of the screen. Sterling Shepard and Golden Tate, both running slants. Where the hell are you supposed to go with this? Where the hell is the second read here? Where's the third read? There's no way Daniel Jones is looking to the right side of this field and saying, I have guys open. There's plenty of room to spare. No, he's throwing to a hook route where there's a linebacker running in front of Darius Slayton with guys in man coverage and cover one scheme right on their backs. What is this nonsense? Push Sterling Shepard downfield. Put Golden Tate on a corner route maybe. Do something here. Push guys downfield. Stop going. Look, they're not even at the sticks here. They're not even at the sticks. They're 5 yards away from the line of scrimmage. What is this? What kind of play calling is this? They have good wide receivers. Darius Slayton can push the field. Sterling Shepard's one of the best short yardage guys in the NFL. Give him a back shoulder to the right side where Daniel Jones is good at throwing the ball. Push Golden Tate into space. Get him into space. Drag him across the middle here. Do something. If you push Sterling Shepard up the field, you put Evan Ingram on a corner route, and you drag Golden Tate across the middle, you have 10 yards of space to spare with Golden Tate, one of the best wide receivers in yards after catch, right? This is what we're looking at right now with Jason Garrett. I honestly don't think he has any idea what he's doing. You know, this looks like a template offense you picked off of Madden. You know, and even Madden playbooks look better than this. And this is where I want to go. Look, now we're going to go to Kevin Stefanski, okay? Now we're going to go to Kevin Stefanski, and you're going to see an entirely different mentality, entirely different play call in general, right? So now you have doubles on each side. The outside receiver is always going to be the one, right? The one wide receiver. The slot guy is the number 2. So you actually start counting from the outside and then to go in. So you have both ones on the outside, right? This is what I want to see from the Giants, okay? From the Giants, we would see this. We'd see the outside wide receivers running double slants to the inside. We'd see the slot guys running hooks. But no, Kevin Stefanski knows better than that. Let's not do that. Let's not do that, guys. Let's run a better route concepts and schematics. So instead, you see the wide receiver on the outside on the bottom of your screen, and then you're going to see him on the top of your screen. What does Kevin Stefanski do? He runs verticals. He runs verticals. And look at the slot guys. These are both tight ends for the Cleveland Browns. Okay, they're tight ends. They're not speedsters. They're big bodies getting into space. Now watch what happens here. Watch what happens here, because the Giants are playing single high with Logan Ryan. I mean, you could say Xavier McKinney, but he's really monitoring that slot kind of. And you're going to see they drop into cover 3. So the corners back drop into deep coverage, and Logan Ryan drops back as a free safety, or rather Xavier McKinney, my fault. And you'll see Logan Ryan move up into zone coverage. But look what happens here. Look what happens here. On these vertical go routes by the outside wide receivers, you'll see at the bottom of your screen. Watch the bottom guy. Julian Love has no choice but to go deep. Logan Ryan has to make sure that he doesn't cut across on a crossing route, right? Because, you know, Julian Love hasn't played corner in a while, so Logan Ryan has to be there and anticipating something. So they take Julian Love out of the play. They take Logan Ryan out of the play. Logan Ryan's basically giving up this 7-yard chunk of change right here, potentially a first round if he catches it in turns. Xavier McKinney is already out of this play, and Isaac Yiadom's out of this play. So now, who do you have in coverage? You have Blake Martinez in no man's land, you know, because what can he do? What can he do right here? They're running great concept routes, and he's trying to close space, and he notices, crap, they have Carter Coughlin in coverage against Austin Hooper, a guy who just earned a massive contract, earning $10 million a year as a tight end. Okay, we have Carter Coughlin. The Cleveland Browns schemed the hell out of us. They schemed the hell out of Patrick Graham, who you know was working with Misfit Toys. You know, these guys. He's working with what he's got, right? We're talking 7th round picks here. Carter Coughlin's a 7th round pick, okay? And, you know, when you have Carter Coughlin dropping back into coverage, what can you expect? But look at the space. Talk about yards of separation. Cleveland figured it out. And all they had to do was push their outside receivers deep. You look at all the guys out of coverage here. You have Logan Ryan, Julian Love, Xavier McKinney, and Isaac Yiadom all out of coverage here. All of them. And now you have Carter Coughlin on Austin Hooper, Blake Martinez in the middle of the field in no man's land, and Logan Ryan essentially giving up that hook route. They have 2 tight ends with separation. And now look at all the space he has to run. But let me flash back to you for a second. Let me go back. Watch this. If you establish the same concepts here for the Giants, you push Sterling Shepard deep, you push Darius Slayton deep, you take 3 guys out of coverage, right? And then if you're playing man, you can beat them with these good wide receivers. Golden Tate and Sterling Shepard can beat these man coverage guys. They're basically against safeties here. They're against safeties. They're not cornerbacks. Okay? And look at Evan Ingram. If you push those guys deep, it creates a little bit more space for him, right? If Golden Tate goes deep and Sterling Shepard goes deep, at least 10 to 15 yards downfield, it gives Evan Ingram some space underneath. If he catches that ball, he can turn left and go upfield. But here he's blanketed because Golden Tate's guy is right next to him, right? Darius Slayton's right next to him. Sterling Shepard, there's 2 guys next to Sterling Shepard. This is what I'm trying to get past. You know, when you're pushing guys downfield, it forces defenses to take guys out of soft zone coverage or man coverage like this in the middle. It forces those safeties to move back. And, this is a problem that we're seeing with Jason Garrett, is that teams are just manning up across the board, right? They're just manning up across the board because you're running concepts like this where if they run double slants at the bottom and hook routes with Darius Slayton and Evan Ingram, all we need to do is put man coverage in them and we can mitigate a big play. Because, look, Daniel Jones has a good pocket here. Look at the pocket Daniel Jones has. 1, 2, 3, 4. He has 3 to 4 seconds here to wait for these routes to develop that they want to push a guy downfield, right? But no, the Giants do this instead. They run, and maybe Jason Garrett felt that they needed to do this because the offensive line was playing poorly, but you can't take out plays because your offensive line is playing poorly. You got to stick to your game plan. The offensive line is going to have good reps, even if they had a couple bad ones here and there. This is a good rep for them. Give your guys some space. Give your guys an opportunity. Stop calling these plays, man. Stop calling these short hooks and slants and curls. Give your guys some space, push them downfield, and open up the middle of the defense. That's all I have to say. So I hope this gave you some insight into what Kevin Stefanski did to really push the Giants out of position and what Jason Garrett's been doing for us the past couple weeks. But as always, thank you guys so much for tuning into this little film session for the Giants, and hope you guys gained something from this. But as always, have a really great day, and we'll catch you guys on the next one.